Today I'm going to talk about the family ties, and basically this is a family-related presentation. This branch of astrology is relatively new, getting more popular every day. There isn't a lot of books or articles to talk about it, so I guess all of us and some of you have issues in your family dynamics as well as I did in mine, but whose family doesn't, right? So this presentation aims to inform you on the family ties seen through the eye of astrology. At the same time, to inspire you to look into your own family tree and find patterns behind your own traits. Frederick Douglass, American statesman, said it's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. And this statement moved me deeply, and I usually repeat it in my presentations and teaching classes about family astrology because it's so true. And I hope that you're gonna think about it and maybe see how much it's true. Whoever has kids knows how it's how it becomes true once you miss some of the chances with your own kids. So I will speak about the identification of family interconnections and the recognition of inherited traits that are passed on as the genetic material is passed on from generation to generation. In other words, certain imprint, or let's say astrology signature, is already inscribed upon the soul at birth. Scientists say evolution is a process of random combinations of genetic material. In astrology, the evolution of the soul has a defined goal, or as some say, that the ego evolves and the soul revolves. I'm going to focus on showing the chart as a blueprint of people's potential. It is of great importance for parents to have useful information to navigate between possible problems with kids. Astrology lineage study can be a journey into a broader understanding of our place in the family and our relationship with other family members. After all, as you will see, parents' unresolved issues can backlash in their children. It can also manifest in the most positive way. Many definitions of the family arise from different viewpoints on its role in the social, psychological, developmental, cultural, economic, and other areas in which it is reflected. One definition would be that a family is a community composed of adult breeding partners and their offspring, but also other family members living with them. Family is the primary influential social group to which the person belongs. And of course, it reflects on the upbringing of the offspring. Every man in the world is built on the genes of his parents. With the first breath, the deepest impulses of all previous generations await the opportunity in which they will come to life and thus participate in the present in a direct way. A long time ago, Johannes Kepler, a German astronomer, mathematician, astrologer, natural philosopher, and a key figure in the 17th century, noted as an observation that persons born within the same family have similar astrology markings in birth charts. At the first Working Congress for Cosmobiological Research in 1949, Dr. Carl Brentano determined that the strongest connection between astrology and natural sciences is in the assumption that astronomical positions are hereditary, which is a problem that should be solved purely mathematically. At the 22nd Congress of Cosmological Research, held in 1970, Dr. Michel Gauquelin from Paris submitted a report stating that he had analyzed charts more than 30,000 births and that it was possible to prove the existence of hereditary predispositions. Children are born under the same cosmic conditions as their parents. And this is something very interesting. We find something similar in homeopathic practice, where it's believed that like cures like. Or we can say that problems could be solved with the same set of traits that cause that. To some extent, the analogy between astrology and DNA is here strongly indicated. So let's see how. All of you notice some similarity with your parents or close relatives. Maybe you share same eye color or freckles. Or from the distance, you cannot tell apart your dad from your brother, as they share same bone structure, height, and the way they walk. Often, children in the early years look alike one parent, only to be spitting image of another later in life. By comparing one family's natal charts, the similarities and contact points are very noticeable, similar to comparative combinations obtained by DNA analysis. The basic signifiers for the family within one natal chart are the joints through which the family connection and genetic connection can be noticed. Children inherit the genes from their parents and give instructions, a recipe, or a tendency to develop certain traits. Each of us receive these traits from two sides, father's and mother's side, forming a unique set of genes, or our genetic record, often called the Book of Life. Therefore, it's impossible to create a genetic chain completely different or independent of the parents. Also, the astrological signature drawn in the parents' horoscopes will determine the moment of birth, so that the child can inherit certain planetary codes that also exist in the parents' charts. All this is happening in order to maintain the continuity of the development of the soul that attracts what's best for its growth.